everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I post videos every Tuesday, Thursday and on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I try to at least. And I talk about beauty, DIY, products I like, teaching because I'm a teacher, and actually that's what this video is going to be. So if you're a teacher or you're thinking about teaching, continue watching. If you're not, well, you're probably going to get bored, so don't turn it off, but just use my video as background sound to, I don't know, when you're doing something, just to get ideas. So what is this video going to be about? This is how I use my degree and what I'm doing, because I posted a video a few weeks ago about online teaching, and it's quite popular. It's about working from home. And then someone asked me, like, why don't you tell us more about this? So I thought, maybe I should. And I also want to talk about transferable skills, like what can teachers use their degree to do? Like, is it just teach, or can you do something else? So let's start. First of all, I'll just tell you my story. I grew up in Sydney, but then we moved to Greece, and I studied English literature at the University of Athens. I majored in literature and I minored in linguistics. Then I got a master's degree in teaching English as a second language. I started working in the primary schools of Greece, and I hated it. Like, oh my God, I couldn't stand it. I didn't like it at all, so I quit. Then I was working in the private sector at language academies, and I liked that because it felt more challenging, and I was helping students, with their certificates and things like that. So I thought, this is something I want to do. So I was teaching for a couple of years, and then I decided to start my own language academy, and I did. My school I opened with my sister in 2007, and we shut in 2014 because the business went down. It was really hard. It was when Greece was during recession. I've told myself so many things about this. It was very difficult. I was so excited when I opened the language school, so sad when I had to shut down. But it was a really good experience, and I am so happy I tried it. I learned so many things about myself. So yeah, I used my degree in the private sector. I used my degree because I'm an English teacher. Did I mention that I'm an English teacher? I used my degree to also be an oral examiner. So I was an examiner for the Pearson Test of English. And when students take tests, they come to you and you ask them questions, and then you assess them, and they get the diploma, the certificate. So I did that, and then in the summer of 2011, one of my friends said, hey, why don't we apply? I suggested, hey, why don't we go and apply and teach at summer schools in the UK? And then my friend said, hey, why don't we apply to teach EAP, English for Academic Purposes, in the UK? And I'm like, will I get in? Will anyone hire me? And yes, I did get hired. I did apply, and I started teaching English for academic purposes at various universities in the UK. And I really love that, and it's what I do every summer. Every summer I go to England and I teach English for academic purposes. I've been there for the past 6 years. This is going to be my 7th year in the UK. So I used my degrees for that. Then when I was in the UK, everyone was like, ooh, you need to do a Delta. I'm like, a Delta? What's a Delta? A Delta is a diploma in English. It's like a qualification, a teaching qualification, where you read a lot, you write papers, you submit papers, you get observed for your teaching skills. There are tests. Like, it's a very long process, very difficult. People who have the Delta often get accepted, like they get credits for their master's degree. So it's a good qualification to have if you're an English teacher. So I got my Delta, which opened up more doors for universities and teaching at universities. Then when I was teaching at one of the universities, one of my friends was going to start a job as an online teacher, and she said, oh, it's interesting, do you want to try it? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I started teaching business English online, which was the video I made, like what it's like to work from home. So as an online teacher, I'm in Crete, my learners are somewhere else in the world. I use my computer, turn it on, they turn on their computers. We have a virtual classroom, we have a whiteboard, we see each other, we use the phone or Skype to talk, and we have a normal lesson, and it's fun because I get to say, hey, what's the weather in blah blah blah, and they say, it's very cold, and I'm like, well, here it's nice and warm. So it's really interesting, and I really enjoy online teaching. And yeah, so that's the information about my teaching and how I've used my degree, like in which areas. Now I'm editing a book, so I use my degree as part, like, it's because I've been teaching for 20 years and I know like things, and you know, I have some experience. I'm not the most experienced person in the world, but I do have some. So I'm using my skill to edit. I have a blog where I share my experiences, and I talk about teaching, and I give ideas, and I've written articles for newsletters and things like that. It's all about sharing when you're a teacher, so I really enjoy that. There are lots of like positions you can apply for when you have a teaching degree, and whether it's teaching or, you know, something else you could use your teaching skill, like coaching or writing, journalism maybe, I don't know, like the Prime Minister of Canada is a teacher, so politics. I don't see myself in politics, but anyway. So that was my story. One of my readers suggested, hey, make a video and tell us about your teaching experience. So that's for that reader. She knows who she is. So yeah, that's my teaching experience, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will definitely answer them. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're a teacher and you subscribe, be warned, this is not a teaching channel. This is more beauty, makeup, DIY and vlogging in Greece, but there are a few videos about teaching. So thank you for stopping by. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!